Today, I'm excited to share how we've reimagined data loss prevention and insider risk. We'll talk about why we had to take a new look at an old category, how Cyberhaven is making data security easier and more effective than ever before, and we'll turn the spotlight on some of the exciting new capabilities that we're proud to get into customers' hands. Modern enterprises are powered by people who are constantly creating, using, and sharing sensitive data. That data flows through organizations, connects people and ideas, and transforms the world we live in. To give you just a few examples, our customers rely on data to build the next generation of robotics, create life-saving medicines, and push the boundaries of artificial intelligence. In other words, data is the foundation for innovation. So it's no surprise that security teams spend a lot of time, money, and energy on keeping that data secure. Let's face it, traditional data loss prevention and insider threat tools consistently disappoint. They miss critical data leaks, block legitimate activities, flood administrators with false positives, and frustrate users. Neither DLP nor IRM have delivered on their promises, nor solved the problems that they were built to fix. But why is that? Well, in short, the world for which DLP was originally created no longer exists. DLP has always been focused on the egress of data at a perimeter, but those perimeters have disappeared. First, there was the network perimeter. In today's hybrid cloud-first workplace, defining the network perimeter has become harder and harder. Data no longer stays in secured silos within the bounds of the network. It moves freely across SaaS applications, code repositories, shared drives, and messaging tools like Slack or Teams, just to name a few. Now, more recently, there's been an even bigger shift in how data moves. Data today is increasingly fragmented, copied from its source, stripped of its original context, and pasted into apps, generative AI models, or documents that are themselves referenced, duplicated, and modified by others. The world we live in now is full of fragmented and derivative data. Those fragments and derivatives mean that not only is the network perimeter broken, but now the file perimeter itself is broken. Now, largely because of these fundamental changes, there are two big problems with traditional DLP and IRM tools. First, they're simply not easy to use. Secondly, and more importantly, they're not effective. If you're on a security team, think about your experiences. Even the day-to-day operation of these tools, from updating policies to getting useful information out of them, becomes a chore. Employees often get frustrated with excessive blocking and disruptive controls, which cause performance issues on their machines and hurt productivity. That means that employees bypass controls just to get work done, as we see with shadow IT, personal devices, and unapproved file sharing, because blanket policies block legitimate business activities, causing friction between security teams and end users. And it might almost be worth putting up with all that if the tools were actually effective, but they're not. See, legacy DLP tools are inaccurate, simultaneously failing to protect data due to false positives, which obscure real risks, and false negatives, which overlook real risks altogether. Ultimately, nobody has a complete view of how data is actually used and where it's at risk in the organization. Now, meanwhile, insider threat tools generate alerts, lots and lots of alerts, many of which are false positives. And even then, they don't stop data from leaving. So what happens? Data leaks, and user frustrations continue to rise, while compliance becomes a checkbox theater instead of actual control, resulting in lost revenue, customer trust, and market share. At Cyberhaven, we reimagined DLP and insider threat from the ground up, based on how users interact with sensitive information and how that data moves in real time. We started with data lineage, tracing the origin of sensitive data, its evolution, and interactions. See, by combining this context with advanced content inspection, we deliver far more accurate discovery, classification, and enforcement than either approach alone. This allows you to see the full picture and enforce rules with greater accuracy. But we didn't stop there. Next, we used AI to automate routine tasks, enhance detection, and support the secure adoption of generative AI tools. And finally, we combine DLP and insider threat capabilities into a single modern platform. Cyberhaven is smarter, faster, and easier to use. It's security that protects your data without disrupting your business, and most importantly, it's effective. So what does this look like in practice? Imagine a DLP solution that understands data flows. It knows where the data came from, how it was used, who interacted with it, and it's all done automatically with data lineage, allowing workflows that make sense and blocking only those that indicate actual risk. It's also something that empowers people instead of punishing them. It can educate in the moment, elevate awareness, and intercept risky actions without hurting productivity. It reduces noise for security teams, helping them focus on the incidents that matter. It allows them to resolve those incidents faster by being able to rapidly understand critical issues and get concise overviews. And it provides the comprehensive evidence for thorough investigation. And finally, it simplifies the management because you've only got one solution instead of two to prevent data loss. This is reimagined DLP and insider threat. Data security that powers innovation. For our customers, Cyberhaven ensures their critical data stays protected, empowering them to achieve their boldest ambitions without compromise. That's how our customers can investigate incidents up to 5 times faster, resolve those incidents up to 2 times faster, and reduce false positives by up to 90%. We invite you to reimagine your data security program and see how easy and effective DLP can secure your data in this new era.
Let's start with Linea AI. Linea is a fully autonomous AI agent that doesn't just detect incidents, it investigates them. It understands the full context of a data flow, flags unusual behavior, and prioritizes the riskiest incidents so your team can focus where it matters most. Here's what makes it really powerful. Linea acts like a dedicated analyst, launching its own investigation, gathering context from data lineage, assessing severity, and producing a concise, actionable summary. So instead of wasting hours reviewing false positives, your team can make confident decisions in minutes. You can let Linea decide which incidents are worth creating in the first place, focusing on the use cases that matter most to your business. It even recommends policies based on observed activities, helping you proactively prevent similar incidents in the future. Linea also understands different content types, from images and screenshots to source code and slide decks, thanks to advanced computer vision models running securely inside your Cyberhaven environment. So whether it's a cat meme or schematics of your next product, Linea knows the difference and tells you what actually matters. Linea has enabled customers to resolve incidents significantly faster. That impact isn't accidental. Making AI a core part of security operations creates this result. One of the biggest challenges in data security is making sense of what really matters. Traditional tools only have a surface understanding of data and miss critical context, leaving you blind to real risks. Insights 360 fixes that. It gives you a dashboard mapped to the data security maturity model, a framework that helps organizations improve and measure their data security program. You can see, for example, how much of your data is classified, where your sensitive data is going, and where there are policy gaps. It even identifies super spreader events, those moments when data starts spreading beyond where it should go. And here's where Linea comes in again. On the Insights 360 dashboard, you can track how much faster incidents are resolved once Linea is turned on. Many of our customers are uncovering and addressing security incidents that traditional policies miss. Insights 360 delivers smarter data protection by connecting the dots, revealing meaningful patterns, and helping you take the right action with confidence. Employees are using generative AI tools to boost productivity. It's not just ChatGPT or Copilot. It's also the new and unknown AI emerging each and every day. Employees are using dedicated AI platforms and versions embedded within existing tools. They use unsanctioned personal accounts to log in and bypass organization-wide measures. At a glance, the challenge of shadow AI seems insurmountable, but it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be difficult to manage and rein in. Cyberhaven recently introduced security for AI, and we've made it easy to operate, easy to understand, and best of all, easy to get started. For existing customers, Cyberhaven's Security for AI is already a part of your DLP and insider threat solution, just as how you can manage data flows across email, web, cloud, and more. You can now manage data flows going to and from AI tools. Cyberhaven's Security for AI gives you comprehensive visibility into which AI tools are being used. It evaluates each tool's risk across dimensions like data sensitivity, compliance risk, and user access. And it lets you apply controls to prevent sensitive data from leaking into unsafe AI tools or from being resurfaced to the wrong person inside your org. Most importantly, it enables you to strike the right balance of encouraging productive AI adoption while safeguarding data.
Now that we have walked through the foundation of reimagined data security solution and how recent innovations like Linear AI and Insights 360 bring that vision to life, let's look at what's next. This summer, we are introducing 4 new capabilities that expand the power of Cyberhaven's platform, each one making data protection smarter, faster, or easier to operate. Let's jump right in. First is data catalog. Many organizations lack visibility into what data they have, so protecting it can be difficult. Cyberhaven's new data catalog solves this by giving you a centralized, searchable view of your data across endpoints and cloud storage. You get a unified inventory with rich metadata for each object, including where it lives, how it has been modified, and who has interacted with it. This is smarter visibility. It helps you build better policies, identify gaps, and prioritize what is you really need to protect. Whether you are tracking compliance requirements or trying to understand your exposure, Data Catalog gives you the foundation for building more focused, business-aligned security policies. The second capability is AI-powered data classifications. Once you know what data you have, the next challenge is understanding it. That's where our new AI-powered classification engine comes in. This isn't just about automating your classification process. Cyberhaven goes beyond that by leveraging AI to deeply understand the context of sensitive data, generate clear summaries, and apply accurate classification. It uncovers data at rest and in motion. It also identifies the data's origin, telling you whether it's critical IP data from a corporate repository or non-sensitive data from a public source. We skipped the need to create and tune manual classification rules. The result? Faster visibility and better context to data, all while letting AI do the work for you. The third capability I'm going to touch on is cloud connectors. Data doesn't stay in one place. It flows across platforms like OneDrive, SharePoint, and Google Drive. With our new cloud connectors, you now have the visibility into data interactions across those environments. We extend our data lineage model into the cloud, connecting what users do on their devices and how data moves in and out of the cloud apps. You will see when user shares, edit, or accesses data, and detect when they do this from an unmanaged device. This gives you faster insight into risk and a clearer picture of how data is used across your organization. Cloud connectors deepen your visibility into the cloud, where legacy DLP and insider threat tools have traditionally fallen short. We are closing with the highly requested feature, Cyberhaven's endpoint data at rest scanning. This capability scans the data that users store on their devices and enables Cyberhaven to issue a verdict on how to handle sensitive data even before the point of exfiltration. By maintaining an index of sensitive data that exists, security policies can kick in even when the devices are offline. Now you can anticipate and block risky activity at the moment it happens without having to scan the files on the fly. It's a major step forward to having more effective protection. With endpoint scanning, your security program becomes proactive. You stop exfiltration even before it starts without slowing anyone down. We started by exploring why traditional DLP and insider threat tools fail in today's fragmented data landscape. The perimeter that once defined security have disappeared, leaving organizations vulnerable to data leaks and drowning in false positives. Cyberhaven's reimagined approach combines data lineage with advanced content inspection, delivering the accuracy and effectiveness that legacy tools simply cannot match. Then we brought that vision to life with recent innovations like Linea AI and Insights 360. These tools help you move faster, cut through the noise, and protect data more intelligently. We also introduced Security for AI, which enables safe AI adoption without compromising data protection. Finally, we introduced 4 new capabilities launching this summer. Data Catalog for comprehensive data visibility, AI-powered data classification for accurate labeling and deep understanding, Cloud Connectors for extending lineage across cloud apps, and endpoint data at rest scanning for proactive data loss protection. This is how Cyberhaven empowers organizations to protect their most valuable asset, data, while enabling the innovation that drives business forward. Thank you for joining us today.